officer on security duty who told him he needed to go to the front of the building for any help. That's when the man took out a large butcher knife and began attacking that female officer, slashing her in the face.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the latest edition of Call Outs TV. This your boy John. Man, there was a nightmare somewhere on Thomas Boylan and East New York Avenue when a crazy man decided that he wanted to walk into the 73rd Precinct and slash a female NYPD officer across her face. A female NYPD cop was slashed in the face in Brooklyn Sunday morning by a madman armed with a 14-inch butcher knife after he entered the police precinct by the back door, authorities said. Officers chased the attacker and shot him dead after he refused to drop the knife and lunged at a cop. NYPD Chief of Patrol Philip Rivera said the attack happened after a man tried to enter the 73rd Precinct in Brownsville about 5:28 a.m. when a cop stopped him and told him to go through the front door. He pulled out a knife and slashed her in her face, Rivera said. Law enforcement sources told the Post that the knife man appeared to be trying to cut open a cop's throat. The heroic female officer, who is the daughter of two NYPD detectives, whom is still on the force, was able to block her attacker's blade with her arm, but was cut on the top of her head and her left ear. PBA President Patrick Henry told the New York Post. Another officer then tasered the man, who fled out the back entrance of the precinct with cops in pursuit. The attacker, a man in his 40s, then brandished a knife and charged at cops outside a housing project on Saratoga Avenue, about 2 blocks away, Rivera said. He was shot several times by multiple officers and rushed to Brookdale Hospital in Brooklyn, where he died on arrival. Listen, man, this is crazy, man. Mental health illness is real, and I'm not the type of person, to sit up here and praise these NYPD officers or feel sorry for them, because for the simple fact is the amount of black men, just check the history, man. When you look at the NYPD archives and you look and see the history and the crookedness behind the NYPD and their assaults on African black men, then you can see why, a lot of African Americans, they just don't like the NYPD, and they have their own reasons for that. But we're not going to sit up here and act like there's not good cops out here that's on the force. Shout out to the NYPD officers that caught the young 20-year-old out there in Harlem that was out there with a Glock with a switch, and he shot and killed the innocent grandmother. They got him up off the streets. Shout out to them officers. But man, this shit right here, this cop here, man, being a cop is in her blood. As you can see, both of her parents is cops, and she was just at work trying to do her job. It's just another day at the office, and this is the reason why President Donald Trump wants to send in the National Guards here in NYC. Is because these local politicians here, they're not doing their jobs. They're not keeping the crime down. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch and Eric Mayor Adams, under their leadership, the crime here in New York City has gone skyrocket high. And it's only going to get worse. From the crime in the subways to you see elderly people getting harmed and shit like that. It's just going to keep getting worse, man. And we got to do something about this shit, because it's getting real ugly and nasty out here. But that just comes to show you how mental health is still plaguing the black community. There's no counselors, there's no social workers, there's nobody for these sick individuals to go to when they need the help that they need. So due to that, they walking around here in the hood with mental health illness, man. And he ended up losing his life. But I'm just glad that, the female officer, she's safe and sound. She protected her throat, because that motherfucker was trying to cut her throat off. But I want y'all to be safe out there. Make sure y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, man. Y'all be safe out there. It's going to be a cold winter out here in NYC. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, man. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share. Subscribe. I'm out.
12 Adam 63. Officer needs assistance. Possible 187 at corner of Crenshaw and Century.
They shot my brother. They shot my brother.
News out of Brownsville, where a police-involved shooting left a suspect dead and an officer recovering after being slashed in the face. News 12's Morgan Scott is outside the 73rd Precinct, where police have now shared a few more details about what all happened. Morgan.
That's right, Noel. It all started here outside the 73rd Precinct around 5:30 this morning. Police say a disturbed man walked right up to those locked doors over there and tried to get in. But when that attempt failed, he then walked around the block to an unauthorized area in the back of the precinct where violence ensued. Now, the suspect was confronted by an officer on security duty who told him he needed to go to the front of the building for any help. That's when the man took out a large butcher knife and began attacking that female officer, slashing her in the face. Eventually, other officers came out to help as she fought him off, one pulling out a taser, which was not effective. Officers chased down the suspect several blocks, ordering him to drop the knife. And when he instead decided to lunge at another officer on Saratoga and Park Place, he was shot multiple times.
This incident certainly could have turned out very differently. An individual walked into a known NYPD building with a large knife and attacked one of our officers. Every day our officers put on these uniforms. They encounter dangerous situations out in the street. But it's another kind of danger when someone comes directly into a precinct.
Now, police have not yet identified the suspect, nor do we know if he has a history of arrests or any threats made to this specific precinct. But we do know that the officer attacked is currently recovering, and we'll continue to search for those answers to our questions. In Brownsville, Morgan Scott, News 12 Brooklyn.